Alright, in this chapter we're going to be learning how to interact with the keys and get them to unlock the door once we collect them. So let's start by opening up the blend file game start keys.blend. This is where we left off from the last chapter. We've got physics set for the main character, and we've got all the logic bricks made which allow the character to move forward, backward, and turn left and right. And we also added a property called main_char for the main character. So let's figure out how to interact with those keys. So let's move to top view and let's find those keys. And they're right here, right at the end of this dead end hallway. So select them and let's zoom into them. There we go. Alright, now that we've got them selected, let's define them with a property, just like we did with the main character. So click on Add Game Property and rename this property to Keys. And change the type to Boolean and check off that box to make it true. Now we want to add logic bricks for three things. One, we want to make these keys always spin around in a circle so you know they're a special item. Two, when the main character collides with the keys, we want them to disappear like they've been collected. And three, when they're collected, we want them to send a message to the door to make it unlock. So first let's start by making these rotate. So let's add an always sensor, which is basically like saying this sensor is always true. So it's always going to be triggering something. Connect that to an AND controller and connect that to a motion actuator. And in the motion actuator, change rotation of the y-axis to -2. Go into textured view in the 3D view and press the P key to see if that worked. There we go. Perfect. Now to make these disappear once they're collected and tell the door to unlock. Let me minimize these. And let's add a collision sensor. And in the property field, type in main_char so that this sensor is triggered when the main_char collides with the keys. Connect that to an AND controller and connect that to an edit object actuator. Change the type of this actuator from add object to end object so that when main_char collides with the keys, they just disappear. They stop existing. Now let's add a message actuator and connect that to the last controller. Now in this actuator we can send a message to the door. So in the to field here, we select the object we want to send a message to. I named the door object door to make this easy on us. So just go through the list and select door. So this message will be sent to door. Change the subject to unlock. And that's pretty much it. So this is saying when the keys collide with main_char, they disappear, and also a message is sent to door telling it to unlock. So that's all there is to it. And in the next chapter we'll be dealing with the door and what happens when it receives that message, how it unlocks, and how it opens up.